Hello lovies, welcome back to my channel. So today I am continuing my farmhouse garden tags and I've made the cutest tomato tags ever. So I'm going to be showing you this guy as a super fast paced. I have this decoupaged one here. How adorable is this? And this one has to be one of my favorite ones. April at PinkOddBird had just recently done something that's like this. That's kind of like using your scraps and making like a Franken card. So I kind of took inspiration from that and got some scraps for a tomato. So these are cute, and these are the last ones. If you saw my other video, these are the carrot tags that I made. So I'm going to be doing a few more veggies in the farmhouse garden series, but like when you put them together, how stinking cute are these? Like, I just can't. So cute. So if you want to know how I made these tomato tags, then keep on watching.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Give it all up now, just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to
Okay, so the first step here is to use, again, a FedEx cardboard box and just draw out my templates to make the 3 tomatoes. So for our first tomato, I'm going to be using a really cute paper from the Winter Wonderland paper pack, some scrap material, scissors, markers, of course my Fabri-Tac, and some decorative raffia and trimming. As I had mentioned in my intro, April at PinkOddBird had made some really awesome Franken cards using just scrap material that you have laying around. So here I'm taking inspiration from her tutorial and making the same kind of thing here on my tomato tags. So I'll leave her video down below and definitely check it out so you can use the most out of your scraps. Once you have your scraps pretty much cut and set into place, you're just going to want to use your Fabri-Tac and place them back in their formation. Once the Fabri-Tac has dried, you can definitely take your piece to the sewing machine and just sew them down in place. Next, I wanted to add some farmhouse rustic imagery to the back of the tomato since the front is red. So I chose this pretty much chippy wood style picture from the paper pack, and I'm just cutting that out, and I'll be pasting that back on with the Fabri-Tac. One of the key players in my Farmhouse series is definitely the vintage photo distressing. So definitely go in with that. It gives a really nice rustic feel to all of the pieces. Now that the body of the tomato is done, I wanted to go back with green trimming and pretty much resemble the stem and the leaves of a tomato as closely as I can, but still keeping a pretty much rustic material look. And now I'm just finishing off the tomato by putting the stem through the hole we just punched, and it's as simple as that. Add your decorative raffia and you are ready to go. And there you have it. We have our first tomato just using a few scraps. On to tomato number 2. For this one, we're going to be using some cardstock, ink, canvas, raffia, some Fabri-Tac, red lace, scissors of course, and some letter stamping along with our Tim Holtz Distress and vintage photo. Same as the last tomato, once we have our cardstock pretty much cut out from our template, I'm just going to go in with Fabri-Tac and make sure that that's adhered nicely. Quick distressing tip, if you don't have any black soot available, the black ink from a stamp pad works just fine. It actually really blends nicely if you have it with other Tim Holtz Distresser, so definitely give it a shot. To apply the lace, it's very simple. Just wind it around your tomato pattern and just make sure that you can either use Fabri-Tac or a low temp glue gun and adhere your lace to place. Side note, I've gotten a bunch of questions every time I use my cordless glue gun, and yes, it is cordless. I've got it at Michael's, so if I can find the link, I'll definitely post it below for you guys. If you watched my previous videos, you would know that I am obsessed with Lindy's Magicals and staining canvases with that. I have tons and tons of this material already stained, so I am just simply using that for the garden sign. These cute little letter stamps I've gotten at Michael's, and I think I got them where they have the sales in the aisle, so if you're looking for something like this, odds are they'll be there, and they're super cheap. I think this one was less than $2. With these block letters, I stamped a little bit harder on the pad so that way it can capture the box around the letter. I just love that look when you accidentally press too hard. It actually makes it look more rustic and I'm obsessed. Next, I'm just simply applying the garden sign with the hot glue gun. For the stem and leaves of this tomato, I'm just using a slim green rope, tying it in little loops to represent the leaves, and then I will be giving it some tails to represent the actual stems. The very last step here is just to grab a button. I chose a cute red one just to hide the gluing of the stem and leaves, and there you go. So cute. I love the way this came out. Okay, so I left the simplest for tomato number 3. I've gotten this adorable napkin from some Happy Mail. I'm going to be using the green lace for the stem and leaves. We have our ink, Mod Podge, scissors, a hole punch, since the back of this FedEx board is white in this particular section, I'm just going to distress it and leave it as is.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight.
After tearing the napkin layers away, I'm just going to see what design works best with my template, cut, and then apply it with the Mod Podge.
Yeah, I'd give it all up now, just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you.
And these craft sponges are awesome, and I have a few bulk listings in my shop, so here is the link if you want to go ahead and purchase those. It's really awesome for Mod Podge, for using Fabri-Tac, or pretty much anything you don't want to get your hands dirty, even though I use things with my hands. But if you wanted a nice sponge alternative, I have some in my shop.
As we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a
After I was done with the distressing, I took it to the sewing machine and added some really nice red decorative stitching. And then next, I'm going to pick up an ephemera from this awesome stash book that Shayna gave me. It's so helpful to keep all your ephemera in a book like this, so it's just really tidy. I'm picking out the cutest butterfly, adhering it with Fabri-Tac, and then we're good to go. I tried using my tag hole punch here, but I think these tomatoes are too thick. So again, I'm just going in with my eyelet punch and just getting a nice small hole out of that. The green lace for this particular tomato is so cute. It definitely keeps it even on the vintage rustic side, all the while being farmhouse veggie.
You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say,
So I have a few more veggies that I really want to try out before I put this farmhouse garden series to a close. If you like what you see, definitely give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please subscribe to see more.